Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I'm here to introduce to you my newest book. It is a memoir titled Letters from Fort Lyon Sanatorium, 1929 to 1930. This book is a true story that evolves around a man who went and fought in World War I in the Army for the United States and France. He came back after the war, met a woman, and they married and had 4 children together. In 1929, at the beginning of the Great Depression, he came down with tuberculosis and was sent to Fort Lyon Sanatorium in Colorado. This book includes the short history of World War I, how it started, the gases involved in the war, such as chlorine gas, phosgene gas, and mustard gas, as well as tuberculosis and the history behind the illness and up to its eventual cure, which wasn't until 1943. Um, Also includes a history of Fort Lyon, which used to be a military base for the American Indian Wars back in the Old West, when it was turned over to the Naval Administration and then turned over to the Veterans Bureau, where they housed as a sanatorium. It housed tuberculosis patients from the wars. Due to the wars and the gases involved, there were a lot of increasing of tuberculosis, not only because of gases, but because of the war conditions, such as lack of sleep, lack of nutrients, and overall fighting in the trenches where being next to one another. The illness spread really fast. After the war, when a lot of people had come down with tuberculosis, there were a lot of treatments but no cure. A lot of the experimental treatments did not work, and there was no cure until 1943. Until then, a lot of the soldiers and people that had come down with tuberculosis suffered. It was an illness that was very painful, and it was quick to claim lives. This memoir includes the history of the man who was my great grandfather with the same name, Benjamin Mollenhour, and he fought the illness as much as he could while in the hospital, all the way in Colorado, while his wife and 4 kids were in Missouri. This is the beginning of the Great Depression, where a lot of families struggled to survive, and him not being home to be able to work to provide an income for his family was very painful. The treatments he was going through, and as well as his conditions and the way his life was in the hospital, is told through letters that he wrote to his wife. His wife Lulu received the letters, and she kept the letters through all the years until her death, until she passed them down to my grandfather, who passed them down to me later on in his life. So these letters tell the tales of the pain and sorrow of living across the country and not being able to provide for his family. So through the letters, the sadness is told of his life in the sanatorium, where all he wanted to do was be with his family, help raise his 4 children, and provide an income for his family. Um, Through the letters, he gives advice to his wife, asks how his kids are doing, as well as tries to help her find ways to get money, since the military had yet provided her with a pension for his illness. So they really struggled, and he really wanted to be home with them to help raise the children and provide a good life for them, as he did before he got sent to the sanatorium. So there's sad but true tales through each letter. As you can read it, you feel the connection. I've included the actual letters. I've uploaded the actual letters into the book, so you can see his handwriting and actually feel what he was writing as he got sicker through the months that he was in the hospital until he was eventually let home, where his short life ended. So please feel free to check out this book. For today, I'm going to read a sample of one of the letters that are in this book, just so you can kind of see what it entails, the connection that you feel when hearing the stories and sadness of a true story that not only he went through, but thousands of other soldiers, not only in the United States, but France and other countries, had gone through with tuberculosis, since there was no cure, and it spread quite rampant during World War I. So here's the first letter. It's a continuation, But it says, this is from December 1929. I will write you every day. Well, I just feel about like I did when I came. I don't expect to improve much a month or two. You know what Dr. Murphy, Dr. Glenn said, it takes time. It has not been cold here. It don't rain here winter time, I don't think. One little skiff of snow is all so far. We sure have good doctors here and nurses. All I do is eat, sleep, and sit around. My meals are carried to me. We have a nice warm place to sit around in. It is not so cold where we sleep. If it gets cold, they pull the windows down. We have all the blankets we want. Some of the boys have 14 blankets. I think I have 10, all wool. We have hot water bottle if we want. Then wool socks, sock caps, good pajamas, good bathrobes. So what else could we want? I have just got the TB and the lung is all so far. It will be for now. I got a card from Mrs. Irvin and friends. You tell her I thank her very much. So you quit your worrying and do what you said you would do. Bye-bye. Love to all. Kiss the kids from me. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. From your loving dad to wife and kiddies. I know you said you would not worry, so stick to it. Be yourself. Of course, I think about you and the kids lots, but I want to get well, so you know what it will take. It will take time and nerve, so I have got that yet. I will try to get hold of the little book they put out here, and you can see for yourself what they will do for you, but have to help yourself. That's just one of the letters in the book that actually he wrote to his wife and kids as they struggled to live their life in Missouri, poor town Missouri. So please check it out. It's available on Amazon, other retailers, and send me a note if you have any questions, and I look forward to hearing from everybody. Thank you. Bye.